Welcome back to Singapore Tonight. Thank you for staying with us. The number of fatal accidents and fatalities on Singapore roads fell to a record low last year, but traffic accidents involving elderly pedestrians jumped by a third.
Now, according to the traffic police, there were 116 fatal accidents last year. That's a more than 3% drop from 2018, and the number of deaths fell by nearly 6% to 117. Those are the lowest figures since records began in 1981.
However, more elderly pedestrians were involved in accidents last year, with 322 cases. 27 of those were fatal, and that's 3 more than the previous year, and more than half of those were due to jaywalking.
The traffic police will reach out to this vulnerable group by working with the Lions Befrienders Service Association and NTUC Health Cooperative. It's also appealing to the public to educate elderly family members on how to stay safe.
Perhaps the family should be educated to teach and to educate these elderly pedestrians how they should cross the road. Especially those children or grandchildren who are in schools, they have to be a role model, because the elderly, they are very vulnerable and their reflexes are slow.
The traffic police will also install a dozen more red light cameras across the island by next month to deter drivers from running red lights. There are currently 240 cameras in place.
How we look at this is whether these locations are accident prone. We get feedback from members of public that there are recalcitrant drivers beating red lights. We do our assessment, and if that pans out to be correct based on statistics that we have, then we will erect our red light cameras at those locations.
Speeding and red light violations are an increasing problem. Speeding offences rose by more than 16% last year to more than 180,000 cases.
Well, there were about 730 speeding-related accidents. That's an increase of more than 1%. And the number of offences involving running a red light was up 7% to almost 60,000.